Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Are you ready for the open? We are. It's going to be crazy. Trump style. You need to understand how Trump works. We've been covering this now for quite a while, and we're starting to realize how he works. Love him, loathe him, hate him, like him. You have to understand your enemy. You have to understand your friend. You have to understand how he works. I think we're getting a handle on this now. The Trump style deal in China. We've got some information out just in the last few minutes. In the very last few minutes, in fact, looks like we have a deal in China. We'll be looking at that very shortly. Peace in Ukraine. 1 minute we do, next minute we don't. Then we have a meeting of the willing. And then Putin decides, throw that out. Let's have a chat on Thursday. We'll talk about that. India ceasefire between India and Pakistan. The futures open in a few hours' time. I'm making a prediction. The same prediction I made on Friday. The deal would be done this weekend. I was right again. And I said the futures would open up. A huge face-ripping rally is just around the corner. Bitcoin. I have a prediction for Bitcoin. 150,001. Why? Why one? I'll tell you about that in a moment. Let's get ready. I've only got 20 minutes because Senseis is about to go live with all the charts. He's waiting in the wings to bring you a way to trade all this madness. There he is. This is Senseis in just a few minutes' time. This live stream will take you there. He's running a poll right now, as you can see up here. You can take part in all of that. We'll be there in just a few minutes' time for Senseis live chart show, where you can find how you trade all of this craziness. It's going to be quite an eventful evening. I think you're going to agree. We've got a market about to explode from a crash, to blood on the streets, from trade wars, to inflation, non-existent. You can start to celebrate as we go into the city and get ready for a deal between China and the United States of America. Trade had completely come to a standstill. That's why we've got a deal. China needed it more than the US. Welcome, good afternoon to our show. It's lovely to have you here. We've got an amazing lineup for you tonight. So we'd like you and invite you to tap the like button. Please do that. It will share it out to more people. Once we get 100 likes, this will be suggested on YouTube. Have you all done it? May I ask you all to do it? No? You haven't done it yet? Well, in that case then, we need to get busy with the fizzy. We need 100 likes to get the suggested. Consider subscribing as well. We're about to hit 80,000 subscribers. So, to get this party started, we need some funky music. Are you ready? We're going to turn it up and we're going to invite everyone to tap the like button. I'm going to go for 150 likes in 1 minute. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. 150 likes in 1 minute. Let's do it. Let's hit that number and then we'll get on with our news and get ready for the chart show. This is where we're live right now, and we have a quick look and see there are 362 people watching, so 150 likes is dead easy. You'll see it in just a second when our new subscriber just moves over there. 362. We're starting out with 5 likes. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 150 likes, I'll bring you all the news. 87, we're halfway there already. Absolutely fantastic. Let's get it going. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Get ready for the futures and get ready for my prediction of 150,001 for Bitcoin. I'll tell you why in a minute. You see it now at 104? Where's it going tonight? Where's it going tomorrow? Back to the chart, back to the numbers. 87. I need 150 to bring you the news. Are you ready? Let's see what we got. 129. We're nearly there. This is in 1 minute. We've got 15 seconds to go to get to 150 in 1 minute. Are you ready? Tap the like button. Consider subscribing to our channel. We'll refresh it in 15 seconds to see if we've got to 150. I hope we have, because if we have, I can bring you the news. And you want the news tonight, and you want the charts from Senseis. He'll be live in just a few minutes' time. If we can get this done in time, you ready? I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have we got 150? Let's have a look. We've got 155. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much indeed. All right, I'm loving it. Thank you. All right, let's get ready to go. Let me end the music there. I just faded it out. Okay, great. So let me get rid of Mr. Mini-Me. In the last few moments, we've got a deal coming out of on the wires about a deal done with China and the United States. Now, on Friday, I gave the prediction again. Just saying, 25 trades, 25 wins. I said we'd get a deal at the weekend. You all joined my show on Friday. I put out all the shorts about 3 hours ago telling you it was coming. Always listen to the banks. There's my little secret word there. Always listen to the banks. And if you look here on the homepage of the channel, I've now started to provide you with a new service. These are our shorts. If you go on the homepage where you are right now and you click shorts right here, they basically give you a 15-second or a 1-minute version of the video so you can then see everything you need to know, the headlines of what I'm about to talk about, and all of these shorts link to our actual main video. So UK crypto banned, talk about that. Always win, how to always win. That's what I've been talking about with the 25 trades, 25 wins. Fake and real news on XRP and the big event coming up tomorrow morning, Archer earnings. But if you scroll down here, you'll actually see I just did I think it was there we go, 2 days ago, a deal with China. And I said we'd get this deal. Now, what I said to you on Friday was we'd get a deal, and people said, no way, it can't happen. We can't get a deal with China so quickly. Yes, you can. And for the reasons I'm about to give you. First of all, we have to understand Trump's style. Trump likes to create chaos to bring it back to the table. Like him, love him, hate him. It's his style. Remember, the deal was already done in the first place. It just needs to be changed. You can have the exact same deal with different numbers. Does it really have to take years, as some people would like to suggest? No, it doesn't. Exactly the same deal with different numbers. Yes, it can be more complicated than that, but the reality is the ships had stopped. The ports were getting quiet. We've been covering that the import ports, if you like, they're getting very, very quiet, and the factories are shutting down, and China need the deal more than we do. However, we need it too. Don't be under any illusion it's a one-sided argument. It certainly isn't, but they need the deal more than we do. So Trump created chaos just to bring it back to the table, and now we've got things moving in the right direction. Now, just before he went into the meeting, it was agreed that he would, out of goodwill, drop to 80%. Now, 80% is silly. It's still unworkable. However, it presented a goodwill moving from 145 to 80. It gave the Chinese a way out because the Chinese are very proud people and they can't be seen to be bullied. So by giving something, they were able to do something. Now, we don't know exactly what the deal is at the moment. It doesn't matter what the deal is at the moment. What's important is the stock market believes a deal is coming or is about to be done or whatever. The same people that are putting down the UK deal, it doesn't matter. It's moving in the right direction. So the US and China report substantial progress in trade talks. More details soon. We're on standby for news. It might come during Senseis' show in 15 minutes. But essentially, we said a deal would be done on Friday because it's not difficult to get a deal done. You've just got to have the same deal with different numbers, basically, and then you can refine it and it can go on forever, right? Kick it down the road. But China needed the deal immediately because their shops, their factories are shut down, the ports are producing, are not bringing anything. We needed this done. So that's why I said on Friday, we will get a deal this Saturday, this weekend. 100%. I was absolutely 100%. I'm all in. I'm fully invested with all my portfolio, as you all know. This is my actual position. I'm 100% in margin. I'm 100% in the S&P 500. You can see 100% of my money is in. I've got, let me put it on the screen. And I said to you a deal would come this weekend, and it has. The futures are going to open up, and I could have a $60,000 day on top of the $40,000 I've already had. That's 100 grand. All right. So this is my position. As you can see, I'm 100% in the S&P 500. You can see I've got invested here now let me just warm up, 350 in my main account with 36 there. So that's 390,000 coming up to 400 grand invested. All right, so we've had a 40 grand few weeks. If I show you part of it, there's let me just show you the overall portfolio. If I go to 1 week, 1 month, there's 20,274. It's not showing the full 40 grand because we're a few days in, and that little green line at the end was further down a few days ago. So it's been about 40 grand just over this last month, and we could still have a 60 grand rally on all of this. Anyway, let me bring you back to the month for a moment. So we've got a deal, enough to send the markets up. So let me just talk about that for a moment. Let's come back to this. So Trump style, we understand it. Create chaos, get everybody talking. It doesn't matter about the substance so much. It just gets everybody talking, right? So that's what we're talking about there. The deal in China, we made the prediction on Friday. It has happened. Are the deals hashed out? No, they're not, of course, but we have enough to send the market to a rally. Now, the peace in Ukraine, let me just touch on, in fact, I won't. I'll just finish this report here first. Speaking to reporters, Greer noted that the speed of the agreement suggested the two sides may not have been as far apart as previously assumed. Right, now I hadn't read that, but that's exactly what I just said. Greer noted that the speed of the agreement suggested that the two sides may have not been that far apart, because at the end of the day, we just needed to change the numbers. So people try to complicate things. Everyone tells you it's really hard to invest. You have to have all these things. You don't. Investing is simple. You buy under value, you don't sell, you trim when it goes off, you swap the expensive ones for the cheap ones. Making money is easy. The hard part is to keep it. It's humans get in the way of all this stuff. This is a very obvious thing to do, and that's why it's got done so quickly. So it is important to understand how quickly we were able to come to an agreement, which reflects that perhaps the differences were not as large as maybe thought. Well, they're not, are they? They're not as large. They both have the same deal. The US want a fair deal, and China just want to sell stuff to America. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science. People try to confuse it and make it complicated, but it really isn't. That being said, there was lots of groundwork that went into these 2 days. Yes, we know. There was conversations going on, even though China denied it. I reported, because I have my White House connection. I've told you many, many times. I said to you, there were, in all my live streams last week, there were conversations going on and so on and so forth. And it happened, it's true, and now it's starting to come out. People then had to pedal back a bit, saying, oh, no conversations have occurred, because they were just about to go into a meeting with China. And remember, folks, you got to understand what they say to us on the news is purely the fluff. All right. It's how it's got to be perceived. What's important is what they actually do and how they go into the meetings. What they say to us is just fluff. You've got to read between the lines, get the information and get to it. So anyway, I'm not going to read any more of this stuff. I mean, this is all old hat now. Or, actually, I will. Have I got time? Yeah, I have. The diplomatic thought comes after amid months of escalating tariffs, with the US imposing duties as high as 145% on China imports in response to issues ranging from trade imbalances to fentanyl trafficking. China responded with tariffs of its own, raising duties on American goods to 125%. Mounting pressure from the US retailers who warned of of potential supply chain breakdowns and shortages reportedly helped push both sides towards a negotiation table. Now, that's an important point because we're not going to have inflation. This whole thing about Jerome Powell being late, he is now late. We haven't got inflation, but unfortunately the Fed are using lagging indicators. It's what puts the US behind the rest of the world. India, the US, the UK, they use forward-looking indicators. On this point, Trump is right. Rates are going to come down very, very quickly. We might get a 0.5% rate cut in June, and it's going to have rally after pump after pump. It's going to be a boom time. It absolutely is. I'm very excited to be in the market, fully invested the way I am. Anyway, President Trump, who consistently had taken a hard line on China, weighed in from Washington during the meetings in a post on Truth Social. He floated his 80% tariff, blah, 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 blah. We've all got that. I don't want to waste your time covering the old news, all right? I want to give you some more news that you don't know yet, all right? Let me bring you this. Okay, so in the last few moments, Donald Trump has put this out, and he said, my next truth, he hasn't posted it yet, will be one of the most important and impactful I have ever issued. Enjoy. It's going to be about China. Sensei will be live in about 8 or 9 minutes. Sensei, I'm sure if you're listening to this now, is Sensei in the chat? Let me just see if Sensei is in the chat. Sensei, you know, he's getting ready for his show. But anyway, someone needs to remind him, look on Donald Trump's Truth Social. He's about to announce it live on Sensei's show, and then you'll all know exactly what is going on there. But that's inevitable that that's going to happen. Now then, has everyone tapped the like button? This is absolutely ridiculous. This is the biggest news we've brought all year. In fact, the last 4 years. The amount of money I'm going to make over the next few days is the biggest we've ever made. So everyone should tap the like button because you're all about to get rich. All right, so tap the like button, share this good news out, consider subscribing to the channel. Let's see if we've just hit that 80,000. We close. I've got some more news for you. 3,000 in the last few minutes. Bloody hell, that's one of our best ever moments. 79,693. Come on, if everyone taps the subscribe button, we'll get to 80,000 during Sensei's show. That would be absolutely great. It's a huge day, and I'm extremely excited about all of this. Right, let me come back to some more news. So I said, my next thing I said was peace in Ukraine. I told you peace in Ukraine would come. However, let me just throw some spanners in the works there for a moment. Vladimir Putin, you've got to understand, doesn't like being pushed around. He's a dictator, all right? So he has said now that the whole of Europe has stepped up tariffs, many people have said, well, why didn't they just step up tariffs in the first place? Why is there more to do? And the reason why there's more tariffs to do and there's more sanctions and there's more pressure is because more pressure, more sanctions, more tariffs, more this, more that and the other also is damaging for us. So we don't want to put more than needed. You might argue, really? We've waited 3 years, people are dying every 5 minutes, and we couldn't have just gone all out maximum? Well, that's politics for you guys. Love it or hate it. That's the reality of all of this. I'm afraid people do hold back until they absolutely have to. But that is the issue with peace in Ukraine. We're going to get it. It's going to happen this week. That's another major catalyst for the stock market to rally. So peace in Ukraine is a major story right now because we're supposed to have a unconditional 30-day ceasefire from tomorrow morning, and because Putin just wants to keep on killing people, he said no. We'll have a talk on Thursday. Let's have a conversation on Thursday so we can just kill a few more people between now and Thursday. Because if you follow history with Russia and Putin, you will know that Putin has had ceasefires before, and he always, no exception, always break the terms of the ceasefire. Why would anyone trust him? Nobody does. All right. So we all know what he's trying to do. Kick it down the can a few more days, bomb a few more people, have a conversation. The conversation doesn't work out. We carry on where we are. But this time, and I know because I have connections with the government, you know, in the UK, this time the UK and the US and Europe are sick of it. It's have a ceasefire on Monday. We'll have the conversation on Thursday. Donald Trump in the last few minutes has weighed in and said, no. If Putin wants to have a conversation with Zelensky, let's do that. Let's forget about the Monday thing. No, No, it's been 3 years, too much, ridiculous. Monday it is, take it or leave it. Putin's going to at some point fold. It's going to happen. A deal is going to be reached, because if it doesn't, then you've got all the powers then ramping up to maximum sanctions, maximum pressure, and it's coming. This is all that we have to wait for. Putin just wants maximum pressure, but remember, he doesn't care about his economy. He cares about his power. He can afford to play the economy game forever, but when it gets to a certain point, a tipping point, that's when it's at the breaking point, and that's where we are right now. That's why it's taken so long to get to here. Now, the Indian ceasefire, between India and Pakistan, this is backwards and forwards. This isn't going to be simple. We've got a ceasefire, then we've got a few skirmishes, and people are going, okay, it's all going to break down. It's not. This fighting between India and Pakistan, albeit Pakistan was not Pakistan hundreds of years ago, but this fighting between the regions, which it was then, have always existed. And even though we have a ceasefire and a deal, they'll always be fighting over the border. It's just the way it is. But that's potentially done. But the normal service will continue with the ever never-ending squabbling over the border. Now, the futures will open tonight live on Senseis show, and I absolutely expect a rally, 100%, no doubt about it. I've got no doubt in my mind whatsoever. This is the futures. I'm watching it right now. Here it is. It'll open during Senseis show at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. in the UK, and I expect this to be up and a rally to continue. All right, Trump's playing this perfectly into the futures. That's why he's waiting for the announcement. So the markets rally, everybody buys in, and it goes crazy. All right, that's what we got. Now, my last point I wanted to mention was Bitcoin 150,001. That is my price prediction for Bitcoin. Why 150,001 in the near term? I am giving that as a price prediction. Why? Well, shall I be honest? Yeah. 150,000 is a completely seeable path, and a lot of scholars and a lot of intellectual investors, not gamblers, or those that guess on YouTube and Reddit and places like that, but those that understand the market say 150,000 is achievable this year. So I thought I'd be smart. There's no hidden message here, folks. I just thought, sod it. Everyone's making predictions. I'm going to go 150,001, because, you know, if you go on The Price is Right and that really annoying person goes up by 1 or down by 1, so they win everything, that's me. That's me. There's no secret here, folks. I'm going to go to 150,001, because anything above 150,000, I am going to be the best analyst on Bitcoin, because I'll be closer than everybody else who went at 150,000. So I thought, sod it. I'll be honest, it's 150,001. Let's be honest, folks. Nobody bloody knows. So I might as well be a bit smart about it and make a silly prediction. 150,001. And 1 cent as well. There you go. Just to throw it completely under the bus. Right. So that's what's happening tonight. This is where we stand right now. Donald Trump is about to make an announcement on Truth Social. It's bound to happen on Senseis show. So let me give you a little rundown as we get excited. Are you excited to go into Senseis show? You flipping well should be, because we got a big night ahead. You got to understand Trump's style. We do. We understand it perfectly on this show. It's crazy, it's unpredictable, but we now understand it. Deal with China. Is it done? It's done enough to send the markets up. Expect a face-ripping rally. Remember, if you are trying to take advantage of the face-ripping rally, it's too late. You won't be able to. Sorry about that. I could sort of tell everybody to buy the pump tonight, but I would not do that. We've already had a nice rally, 25% from the bottom, remember. That was a time to buy it. Buy on value. Don't buy the pump. Don't buy the rally, because next year it's coming back down again. I'm sorry to say it. I said this year, my prediction was 2 rate cuts. There's going to be 2. I said to you that the first rate cut would come whenever it did, and it did, whatever date that was now. It did. I forgot when it was now. I said to you at the beginning of the year, it's a 10% year. It is a 10% year. Hang on a minute. I thought it was already down 25%. Yep, from the bit where we started to where we end up to 10% year. It dipped 25%. I bought the bottom. It's now a 35% year. If you're buying it now on the way up, you can only make 10%. Why not buy 10% then? Because it's going to come back down and settle to a nice, firm position in the spring of next year. It's now not the time to be chasing the S&P. The time to buy when everybody was fearful and it was oversold because of the 18.7 times earnings on the S&P 500. Do expect Nvidia to rally. That will push up. Nvidia. Apple will do well, of course, with the deal with China, but it's already moving to India and it's not going to come back anytime soon. So that's not going to be a major catalyst for Apple. So expect the markets to end up 10% up this year, and that's perfectly great if you bought the dip, but you shouldn't be chasing it because you'll end up being back down again come the spring of next year. The deal with China is done. The peace in Ukraine is coming. The India deal is on, off, has been forever, but enough to create economic certainty in the area is in place. Futures, that's bound to open up, no doubt about it. And Bitcoin, what the hell, 150,001. We're now going to go over to Senseis. I hope you like that little joke, by the way. We're now going to go over to Senseis' live show. That's about to start. This is the event. I'll give it to you right now. I'll give you the link as well. If you stay in the chat, it'll take you automatically there. Let me give you the link. There is the link. It'll automatically take you there if you stay where you are anyway. Senseis is going to show you how to trade all of this. That's it from me. Now then, if you've not yet followed me on X and Instagram, I've just put the link in the chat. You might like to also follow me on Blue Sky. I'm on every platform. I couldn't care less about the political leanings. I'm absolutely everywhere. There it is. If you want to become a member of my show, there is the membership link. If you are on an iOS device, select a browser and desktop version, and you can. We now have a premium Discord service, only $2.99. There is the link. We provide training videos, one-on-one direct contact. The only way you can contact me is through Discord Premium. You can't email me, phone me up, send me silly messages. I don't respond. I only respond to Discord Premium direct messages. There is all the links you need. If you want free stocks from Robinhood USA, there it is. Free stocks from Robinhood UK, there it is. And don't forget now our new service. We're putting out these shorts which summarize this entire video in a few seconds. It then links to the video. At the bottom of the short, it will say where this short was created from, so you can go and get the whole news should you wish to follow that complete story. That's it for me. I think Senseis will be waiting in the wings. I'm going to hand you all over. Did we get any comments? Anything I needed to cover? All markets will rally, buddy. Story stocks and buy gold and silver. I wouldn't be doing that. 2024 jobs were lost, not gained, like Biden told us. I don't agree with that. We called this at the beginning, that he was bringing people to the table. Now is unfolding. Just need to know how Trump thinks. Exactly. It's not about liking him or hating him or loving him or loathing him. It's about understanding how it works. All right. I don't think I've got anything in the chat to cover. I'm going to hand you over to Senseis. Okay. That's it from me. I think I've covered everything. I'm just making doubly sure I've covered everything before I send you to Senseis. I think I have. There we go. Join us now with Senseis. He's going to do all the charts for you. And then first thing in the morning, Senseis will be live with his breakfast show. He goes before me in the morning to capture the preparation for the day and those in the UK and Europe and India and Asia who are trading. After that, I'll be live. And in fact, tomorrow morning, it's slightly different. I've just realized after Senseis' show in the morning, I can't believe I forgot this. After Senseis' show tonight, it's not Senseis in the morning, it's Vaz. Vaz is going live with the Archer earnings. I'm just going to double check that, make sure I got that right. And that is, no, that's in the afternoon. I'm getting it wrong again. I'm going to get it right in a minute. Okay, tomorrow morning after Sensei's show, after tonight's show, it'll be Sensei's breakfast show. Then it will be me, and for the opening bell, and then it will be the upcoming earnings for Archer Aviation, which will be the biggest eVTOL broadcast on YouTube, guaranteed. We are very, very confident of that. This is the event on the homepage of the channel. There is Sensei. There'll be a breakfast show, and after hours, here it is. No, it's after hours. Yeah, I've got it now, Vaz, in the chat. Yeah, I'm sorry about all that confusion, everybody. All right. I better get off. I'm completely confused now. People always say he's confused. Obviously, I am. Okay, there we go. It's at the closing bell time. That's it from me. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you ever so much, everyone. Tap the like button. Thanks for all those who that subscribed. Let's hit 80,000 subscribers during Sensei's show. I'm going to leave you now. That's it from me. Enjoy the show. Have I pressed the button? I think I have. I'm going to double check. Next live. Yes, 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 yes. There it is. Okay, let me send you over there. That's it from me. Have a wonderful afternoon with Sensei, and I look forward to seeing you after his breakfast show in the morning. Until then, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Whoosh.